Please help support the channel by visiting our Amazon store, affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel, and oh my god, this story has been blowing up all damn day. The story of a father, this dude right here, who is basically persona non grata when it comes to anyone who is a family advocate or a parent. They probably want this dude tarred and feathered, strung up by his thumbs until he demises, because he's pretty much worst dad of the year 2017 edition, because his 3-year-old girl is now missing after she was sent outside at night as punishment. And I don't even think the title of the video, of the article here, essentially captures nighttime. It wasn't nighttime. It wasn't even midnight. This was 3 o'clock in the morning in Texas. Now, some areas stay warmer than others, but Texas can get as cold as a witch's tit, make no mistake about that. Especially when you consider what might be lurking in the dark, but we will get to that. So this is in Dallas, Texas. A 3-year-old suburban girl in Dallas is missing after her father said he punished her for not drinking her milk by telling her to stand by herself outside at night near an alley behind her home, police said on Monday. So this dad, 3 o'clock in the morning, okay, it's middle of the night. His daughter, 3-year-old little girl, is up, not drinking her milk. So he gets mad. He rages, "Get your ass outside and stand by that alley." Why would you throw her out? Ain't like a cat that crapped on the rug. This is a human being. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. All right, Dallas doesn't get super cold around this time of year at that time of night, but it's still not something you'd want your daughter to be doing. His name is Wesley Matthews, 37 years old. He's been arrested for suspected child endangerment for the treatment of his daughter, Sherin. He was taken into custody on Saturday after reporting the incident to authorities and has been released on bond, according to police in Richardson, north of Dallas. And I understand that. You want to release him on bond so he can continue searching for his daughter. That's still missing since Saturday. It's been a couple days now. And news of this is breaking, which means this guy's life is going to be crap for a very, very long time. Now, he didn't respond to Reuters' request for a comment, and I don't blame him one bit. Now, look, this guy is probably the most hated man in America right now in terms of being a father. All right, not unlike, Paddock, the Las Vegas guy, who is clearly the worst person in America by far for a while, until someone comes along and one-ups him, which is something I don't want. But you can see why he wouldn't want to respond to comment. It says saying here that he said he directed his daughter to stand near a large tree at approximately 3 a.m. on Saturday because she wouldn't drink her milk. Okay, 3 o'clock in the morning, I've already mentioned that a couple times. Why? Why would you be like, "Get outside, stand by that tree, there's an alley over there, don't go in there," Why would you do that? Why would you leave her out there? What would possess you as a father to send your daughter outside at 3 o'clock in the morning? I mean, I wouldn't even send a teenager outside at 3 o'clock in the morning. It still just makes no sense to me. She won't drink her milk. Okay? Put some chocolate in that damn shit. I don't know, heat it up a little bit, make it a little bit warm. Little kids like warm milk. It helps them go to sleep, supposedly. Put on a DVD, a workout, Jane Fonda workout DVD. Make her do jumping jacks so she passes out, man. Don't send her outside. What kind of irresponsible asshat are you? I mean, don't answer that. We already know, but still. The father told police he checked on her about 15 minutes later, and she was gone. Oh, God. That must be like... Look. I'm not a father yet. I'm almost there. I can only understand. I have cats, all right? So I can only relate to this in terms of cats for right now. But a couple months ago, we let one of my cats out. She usually came back. She didn't come home. So I was up every night for a week trying to find her. And I live in the forest. Deer come walking through my yard. There are cougars that chill nearby. And apparently a bear rolls through every once in a while just to drop a deuce on someone's lawn. Okay, so my cat's out there, middle of summer, and I'm afraid. Turns out a week later, she finally came home, but it's yes, that fear. I get that fear of what they might be going through, that fear of the potential loss of never seeing them again. So I understand it. But the difference between the 3-year-old and my situation is it was a cat who can forage for herself. This kid can't. You put this kid out there for 15 minutes. I mean, you could have at least had the courtesy to like slap a leash on her. You know what I mean? Like put a collar on her, slap that leash into the ground in a pike, and then just like let her kind of roll around in a circle till she gets tired and comes to bed. Right? Of course. But here's where it gets even worse. Matthews told police that he had seen coyotes in the alley near where he told his daughter to stand. Yeah, because, you know, that's going to be a thing. Well, here's the thing with coyotes, though. If coyotes go in for the kill, especially something as big as a 3-year-old, you are going to know. You're going to know. There's going to be blood from them dragging her off. They're going to all do their coyote howl when they get the kill. I've lived around enough coyotes and I've heard them take apart a couple things to know what it sounds like. So you would hear that, especially if it was a kid. And the girl would be crying out a storm and you would hear her. All right, little children and their cries, we tend to pick up on that a lot more than other things. You know, you could have a woman being dragged through an alleyway and screaming her lungs out and people would be like, you know, maybe they'd respond. I'm being hyperbolic for effect, by the way. But you hear a baby crying or a young kid crying and immediately it's like, where's that coming from? Because there's something in us biologically. You know, something in us biologically, we respond to that. So I don't think it was 15 minutes, to be honest with you. I don't think it was that at all. I think it was a while longer. I think he doesn't want to admit that it was longer, but I think it was longer. Now, she was born in India, and she's been adopted by the Matthews family. She suffered from malnourishment before arriving in the United States, is on a special diet, said Sergeant Kevin Perlich, spokesman for the Richardson Police Department. Now, I did hear that this guy right here has lost his other kid as well. I don't know if that was another adopted child or his biological, but I did hear that is now gone. Which is good, because if you're going to sit there and like get upset at your adopted daughter, okay, and you're going to not even going to try to say that you know your adopted should be loved less than your biological at all. I'm not saying that. But I mean, if you're going to get mad at this girl who you've adopted and you're going to force her out at a tree and you're going to force her to stand outside at 3 o'clock in the morning, what else are you doing to her? That's a legitimate question at this point. What else are you, Wesley Matthews, 37 years old out of Dallas, Texas, doing to these kids? You know, and I've talked about this before and I want to bring it up real quick. There is a situation called adoption disruption, right? Adoption disruption. Now, what that is essentially is when people, not quite unlike Wesley here, not saying he did this, but people kind of in his position who get a child from overseas, or they get a child through the foster system and they get money from the government to look after them. They decide, I don't want this kid anymore. I don't want this kid. I want this kid gone. I want it away. So they go on the internet and they find a place where people are looking for children, right? You know, no background check, nothing along those lines, nothing like that. And they hand those kids off and they trade them. They disrupt their life and trade them to somebody they randomly met on the internet as if they are Pokemon trading cards. That's what they do. So at this point, I would actually ask the question, did you trade this 3-year-old girl like a Pokemon trading card on the dark web? Can we check your computer? That is a legitimate question I would ask, because there's things about this that just don't make a lot of sense to me. One, Dallas is a very populated area. All right. It's not just one city. You have Dallas, you have Fort Worth, you have Arlington, you have Watauga, you've got Grand Mound. No, Grand Mound's in Washington, but there's other places too. There's a whole bunch of cities. I was once in Dallas and I drove down one street and I went through like 7 different cities on that one strip. It's a big metropolitan area. So clearly somebody out there would have seen something, right? Somebody out there would have seen something. That is, unless something more nefarious happened to this 3-year-old girl, which I hope to God it did not. But that is something, my friends, to consider with a story like this. But I do... Hey guys, that wraps up this video. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do so below. I love to read your guys' input. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me in the YouTube algorithm. If you want to support the channel, there's the Amazon affiliate store, there's PayPal, there's Patreon, there's Bitcoin. And if you're bored and you want something else to watch, check out 3 Buck Theater up here. My name is Matt Jarbo. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a wonderful day. Peace out.